This podcast is part of Another Happy Studios,
the home of podcasts with passion.
Hello and welcome once again to Talking Pictures Podcast. I'm your host David and joined with me as always my co-host Brian. Brian, how are you today?
You know, David, we just watched that trailer for Toy Story 5 again.
Mm-hmm.
I think you said it to me. I never knew I needed an epic version of You Got a Friend in Me. But now that we have it, I'm so glad we do.
Yeah. You know, after Toy Story 3, I thought, I don't need any more Toy Story movies. And after 4, I said, I don't think I need any more Toy Story movies. And then the trailer came out for Toy Story 5 and it played that song. And I went, I could do with one more Toy Story movie. Yeah, you know what? If you're going to be giving me stuff like that where I didn't think I needed the epic version of You Got a Friend in Me, I could take another Toy Story movie, I suppose.
Do you got goosebumps?
If you're off, oh man, that is on my list of, you know, when I'm in the car, I'm like, you know what? If I kind of want to listen to the movie trailers, that's in there, all right.
I'll have one for you soon enough. I haven't had you listen to it yet, or watch it for that matter. But speaking of trailers, I've got one for this week.
Brilliant. What do you got for us?
Bit of a similar theme with this movie. Iconic, classic, 20-year plus animation franchise. Beloved. Talking about fifth one. Speaking of fifth one, we got Shrek 5 coming.
Yeah, what do you think of that actually now?
I saw, I don't know if this is real or not, but I saw like a post somewhere. I think it might have been on Threads. Someone posted, I asked my brother-in-law, how come you are not...
Oh yeah, why can't we make Shrek look like Shrek anymore?
Yeah, and he said the answer will haunt me for the rest of my life. Because my brother-in-law said... Because none of us know how to animate Shrek like they did it 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's kind of like how...
10 years ago even.
Yeah, I think it's weird to see this style for Shrek. I'm not fully opposed to it. It's just jarring. It's just because I think we have watched and grown up with Shrek looking a certain way that now that I would nearly say he looks animated. Whereas previously he didn't look animated. Yeah. Now he does. It looks a little bit too polished. There's a roughness to the originals.
There is a roughness. There's a bit of uncanny valley to it.
Yeah.
There's now, from what we see in the trailer, the colour is very vibrant. Mm-hmm. The characters feel more agile, more flexible. Mm-hmm. When you watch the original movies and you see Shrek inside his house in the swamp, Shrek is the larger-than-life presence on screen. And I'm not saying that because he's the moving humanoid. Mm-hmm. It's just the presence he's got in those movies, and it's how they animated him, it's how they created him, they designed him. Now when I'm watching Shrek standing next to Donkey, and Donkey's on the table, and they're in his kitchen, I'm just looking at like Shrek, like he's crouching even, he's waving his hands, and it's a full wide shot of his body. He just looks like he's fitting in the world now. He feels smaller. The whole thing feels smaller. It's just how they're animating it now.
Yeah.
And I think since that original first announcement teaser where they had Pinocchio come up and they had Shrek's daughter there appear, that it looks like they've improved on that a little bit, but like it's, I don't know. But the trailer itself, it was fine.
To be honest, I thought it was a bad trailer.
You thought it was bad?
Yeah, it doesn't give much away, but also doesn't introduce a lot of the characters. Like, they're just there.
I think for a trailer to say, hey, in 1 year, Shrek 5 is coming out. So this is not a trailer to get you hyped. This is a trailer to make you aware of it. So to
put it back in your minds. Yeah.
Well, to waste the mediocre stuff that we don't think is funny, like Donkey singing in the cell and he's doing his usual Donkey angst and he's pissing everyone off and everyone just can't stress him anymore. It's pretty much just a repeat on Donkey running his mouth to the point where they just can't handle it anymore.
Yeah.
Like it was significant in Shrek 2 on the journey from the swamp to Far, Far Away. So it wasn't funny, but I'm happy they're using those scenes in the trailer for this.
Yeah,
now,
that they're leaving hopefully the best stuff for the movie.
No, not even for the movie.
For the next
For
trailer.
the next trailer.
Fair enough. Okay.
Literally
Yeah.
for the next trailer. Save all the funny stuff for the next trailer. And the fact that the trailer feels so random, like we're in the swamp at one bit.
That's
we get
what
a
I
few
mean.
Flash moments, and then all of a sudden we're in this one scene in the jail cell. We're not given any context whatsoever. Are they in far away? Further
Somewhere else.
or is it
Further away.
Is that meant to be? Is that not meant to be? I just took that as a joke, not an actual place that's contingent to the plot of Shrek 5.
Yeah.
Like there is this one moment where there's a witch flying there and you can see someone at the back of it. First you think it's Fiona. It's not actually. It's Shrek's daughter. So Felicia. So like I don't know what this plot is about. I personally have always thought a potential interesting story to introduce into a Shrek entry is introduce the witch who originally cursed Fiona.
Yeah.
I think that could be an interesting one. Like harken back to the past to show this movie has some roots, despite it being so new and filled with fresh characters altogether. And of course they're gonna have the gang back. Pinocchio will be there, Gigi will be there, everyone will be there.
No Puss in Boots.
Yeah, I don't think Puss is going to be in this movie.
Which is a shame, considering that was the last entry into the Shrek world was Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, and that was so well received.
Not just well received, it actually reignited intrigue and desire to have Shrek come back. Like, I think they're thinking about a Shrek 6, but I'm sorry, you can't just not have... Why? Who is making the conscious decision to not have Puss in there? Honestly, Puss is the one character I look forward to seeing in Shrek movies. Not Donkey, not Shrek, not Fiona. It's Puss in Boots. And the Puss in Boots animation in The Last Wish is different from the original one.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's for the better.
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
I thought the Last Wish was a fantastic movie. I am ashamed. I adamantly refused to watch it when it first came out because I was gogging aghast at how great it was. So, you know, here's hoping Shrek 5 will be good. Like we've been waiting for it forever. I personally have been waiting for a new Shrek movie, and it's one step closer to maybe an Austin Powers 4.
I think I saw an image today of Mike Myers in
Dr. Evil.
Dr. Evil.
They shot an advert for something. I forget what they were.
It's always freaking adverts. I hate that so much.
Why are you using an American accent?
Because it's American. It's always for the advertisements. But we're not here today to talk about Shrek 5. We're here to talk about the other 5 in our lives, which is Toy Story 5.
I think we should just stop saying, why are you doing another Toy Story movie? Just stop making them now. The last one was great. The last one ended so well. Don't ruin it by making another one. Like, I think at this rate, we may as well just stop saying that.
I think it's inevitable. I think that, you know, we're just going to have Toy Story movies until we die.
Yeah. You know, it was this movie that made me realise Joan Cusack and Tim Allen sound like they have aged.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting because I didn't notice that. It's not something I'm listening out for either.
Apparently, Tim Allen needed a bit of recoaching on how to improve his voice to sound Buzz and not sound Ola. Like, when I think of Tim Allen, I actually don't view him as old as he actually is. I think he's in his early 70s.
Really?
Tim Allen, you can check that right now.
Yeah,
if
I
you
will.
want. But I think Tim Allen is actually much older than we realise.
Tim Allen age. 73 years old, yeah.
So how old is Tom Hanks then?
Tom Hanks, 69.
Yeah, wow. So yeah, so like they're aging up, but Tim Allen strikes me as like 10 years younger than Tom Hanks.
I agree with you. If for some reason it does feel as though, yeah, they're definitely the same age, but in my mind, yeah, Tim Allen is the younger of the two.
Yeah. That's a
Maybe
funny
because
one.
Tom Hanks is much more of a prominent actor outside of Toy Story than Tim Allen is. Like, what was the last thing you saw Tim Allen in other than the Santa Clauses?
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I would not have even said the Santa Clauses. I would have said he did a TV show at some point.
Oh, he did, like, yeah, some...
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this Toy Story, right? So I personally didn't have a problem that they were making Toy Story 4 after 3 because they said, you know, Toy Story 3 was... They say Toy Story 3 was so good, it was the perfect ending of the franchise. But then again, that trilogy concluded Andy's arc.
Yeah.
And they said Toy Story 4 is concluding Woody's arc. I thought Toy Story was so good as as a closure for Woody as a character. They were right. Like, I thought Toy Story 4 was worthy to be a franchise ender. Someone hit the panic button and greenlit Toy Story 5. So I don't know who decided that. I don't know who wanted to take that risk. The director of Finding Nemo and Finding Dory, Andrew Stanton, he took the reins on that, and he directed this one. And they did it again. And they didn't undo Woody's arc.
No.
Mostly because this fifth one is not about Woody. In fact, I now understand what Andrew Stanton meant when he said he wrote this script, the first draft, without Woody being in it.
Yeah, I think that the movie could definitely work without Woody. Don't get me wrong, though, I wouldn't like to see a Toy Story movie without Woody.
Yeah.
I could see absolutely a version of this where he's not in it. That's fine. But in the same way that I think, or well, you've said it there, that Toy Story 1 to 3 is about Andy's arc.
Yeah.
I think this trilogy, even though it's quote unquote Bonnie's trilogy.
Yeah, because Bonnie was in Toy Story 3.
I think I quite like this trilogy as the Toys trilogy. That 4 is about Woody's arc. 5 is about Jesse's arc. And I'm really hoping that whatever Toy Story 6 is about Buzz. I hope Buzz is the main character. Because the themes of what they go through, I find so interesting. I watched all of the Toy Story movies from...
So did I.
In the lead up to this.
Yeah.
I watched even the Disney Plus 10-minute extra little bits.
Yes.
Just all these little... I wanted to have it all. And watching Toy Story 4 was the first time having watched it since
2019
when it came out in cinemas. And I remember I liked it, but it wasn't as good. I watched it again, and I think I came at it from a completely new perspective, because also, I'm 7 years older than when I saw it the last time, and I was able to appreciate it more for the themes that it had, where dealing with Woody, and he's kind of nearly like the surrogate for a parent of what do you do when your kid no longer needs you? And how do you reconcile with that of what do I do now if my purpose is fulfilled? And I was really happy with Woody's arc in that film, and it did feel like the culmination. And so while in 2019 when I first saw the movie, I was like, yeah, it was all right. This time around, I'm like, no, this is really good, and Woody absolutely needed to move on. And then when this movie was coming out, and it's like, oh, Jessie's going to be the main protagonist, I'm like, fantastic. I love Jessie. She's one of my favorite characters, if not my favorite character from any of the Toy Story movies.
She had little to do in Toy Story 4.
She did, and that's something I do want to get into, is, and it carries over into this, just some of the lesser used characters. Jessie is definitely one of those in 4, so I'm glad that she gets the spotlight in this one.
Yeah, but she was moved at the side in 4 because Bo Peep came back. Bo Peep was a bit of a closure for her character as well. They reinvented her. They made her more independent and capable and experienced in the real world. So they done that. What can they do next? Well, let's do something with Jessie.
Yeah, and I think that the I suppose the themes that we deal with her, of just because someone is no longer in your life doesn't mean that you were never there.
Yeah.
And her realization for that has been coming ever since Toy Story 2. And I just thought it was perfect. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. But the fact that the groundwork is laid for this in Toy Story 2, her introduction, and that
tied to her character.
It's her whole character. Is she has abandonment issues. She has fear of being put in a box, put into storage. One of the 20-minute Disney Plus side cartoons of Toy Story of Terror is all about her dealing with her fear of being in dark spaces, and it carries over, and it's integral to her as a character, and it all stems from her abandonment from Emily when she was her toy. And so to have her deal with that here and have just her whole worldview flipped on what it means to be there for someone, and like I said, just because that person is no longer in your life doesn't mean that they weren't affected by, or they haven't carried you with them their whole life. I nearly burst into tears in this movie.
When she found the box?
When she found the box. When she read that card, and it said, and we realise that Emily named her daughter after Jessie, I almost burst into tears because I was like, this is beautiful. The watching Toy Story 2 and watching the sequence, Jesse's backstory, that sequence, that nearly brings me to tears every time.
The opening sequence.
It's redone here in this. I'm talking about the When Somebody Loved Me scene. When it's Emily playing with her and she slowly grows
the
up.
opening sequence.
That's
the start of the movie.
No, it's not.
Oh, sorry, well, it's the flashback.
Yeah, the opening sequence is Buzz.
Yeah, but it's the next scene.
It's not.
It is the next scene.
No, it's not.
It opens with Buzz and then it moves on to the Jesse's with. Well, what was the next one after that then?
Woody getting ripped. We don't find Jesse. We
I'm
don't
talking about Toy Story 5.
I'm talking about Toy Story 2.
Oh, you should have said that.
I was.
You should have said that.
Actually, I suppose Toy Story 5 also opens with Buzz, but a slightly different Buzz. But yes, the recreation of that scene here. I knew from that scene, I was like, this movie's going to make me cry. If we're revisiting Emily stuff, I'm going to cry. And so when she opened that card and we saw that Emily has named her daughter Jessie, I was like, this is perfect. And it was in that moment that Jessie just fully forgives the abandonment of Emily. I thought it was stellar.
I can see it in your speech. Like, I'm delighted that you can articulate that. Mm-hmm. I get it. It's something that for me, it's something that you just feel. Mm-hmm. Like, you feel what these characters are going through in their self-discoveries and their realizations. It's actually so deep and so personal that I feel like I need a moment to actually nearly catch up to get what they're feeling, to get what they're going through. But they always stayed true to who the characters are. Like, with Jesse, Woody having a purpose on what he can do with his life, because he was Andy's toy. He's not so much Bonnie's toy. Mm-hmm. And Jessie with her abandonment issues and being frightened off enclosed spaces. Like when she was put in the letterbox, immediately I'm going, oh, that's an inherent fear of her. Is she?
Yeah.
I thought she was going to be stuck there until someone got her out, someone retrieved her. But no, she broke out herself. I think it was very brave to consider a Toy Story movie, right, a $1 billion franchise, to have the entry be about the third main character of the franchise and let her be the starring lead of it. Mm-hmm. I think it's an incredible job well done. And one thing these Toy Story movies always do, it's always the thing, is that the plot is based around a toy or two getting lost, removed from home. Mm-hmm. In the first one, it's Woody and Buzz. In the second one, it's Woody and then the gang who come to rescue him. Mm-hmm. In Toy Story 3, it's all of them. Toy Story 4, it's Woody again who...
With Forky, yeah.
And in Toy Story 5, oh, it's Jessie. Mm-hmm. And had you paid attention to the trailers, it's blatantly obvious, because by the time Woody returns to Bonnie's, Jessie's not there. Mm-hmm. And one thing I thought was very interesting, I think it also adds to the dynamic between Woody and Buzz, is that Jessie didn't call Woody to come back to help them.
No, it's a misinterpretation. Yeah.
I think that actually improves it a bit. I think that improves a bit of quality to it. It's like, oh, Woody comes back because the gang asked him to come back. Mm-hmm. No, it's not the case at all. He comes back through a misinterpretation. Mm-hmm. And that's not even dealt with the moment he comes back, because the one who called him is not even there to begin with. Yeah. And so it's already creating a bit of a rivalry between Woody and Buzz. Yeah. They're doing the one thing that I know many fans, including you, have always wanted to see since the very first Toy Story movie. Yeah. It's an adventure, albeit miniature, an adventure between Woody and Buzz. Mm-hmm. And I think because Woody is a side character, if even, Woody is the third main character in this movie now, after Buzz, it rewards it. Woody being a secondary character in this movie rewards the adventure he has with Buzz.
Yeah, it has to be the case where he is the secondary character, because otherwise you're just completely undoing his arc from the fourth one.
I think it would, not that it would completely undo it, but it's like, I think it's just gotten to the point where what could you do with Woody now? Mm-hmm. You know, like when we are at that place, Woody is now gotten to a stage in his life where he is content. He is happy to be what they class as a lost toy. Mm-hmm. But
he's found a new purpose. Yeah. He's helping those other toys find their kids.
Yeah, Fack from The Bear. Mm. The guy
is that? Yeah, I could tell. I could tell.
But that's his character now. Every Toy Story movie we get going forward, Woody...
That's where we'll find Woody, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be out in the world. He's going to be fighting the good cause, helping toys, and he's got his gang with him. Both people, he's great. He's with them the whole time. But Duke Kaboom is there, albeit very briefly. Like Keanu Reeves went in there to record for
20 minutes. Yeah.
I would say gracefully an hour just to let him get back into it. The slush stalls, they're there. The Key and Peele,
Ducky and Bunny, no lines.
no, very very cheap, wasn't it? But they're there anyway, you know. So it's interesting to see that there, and they can still get around with the skunk. So like I like that connected establishment. These are who these characters are now. You should expect to see them in these certain situations going forward. Do you know? I wouldn't want them to do another road trip movie again because they did that in number 4.
Yeah.
But
well, I don't know. For me, I would like Toy Story 6 to be about Buzz.
I think it should be, because Woody's been the main character throughout the whole thing, and he's concluded as a character. There's no new stories to develop with him, and now they've done one with Jessie, and even though she was the third main character throughout, she's now had the spotlight as the main character, whereas Buzz has always been second lead.
Yeah, but I know what I want them to do as well. I think it's perfect.
What?
Because in the same way that Woody has his arc and Jessie has her arc, I think it would be important for Buzz to have an arc of his own. And I think it would make sense that what if Buzz, the newest and coolest toy, is now an old toy, and him coming to terms with that he is an older toy. He is the equivalent of what Woody was back in the day, because you have all these other Buzzes here now in this movie that are all high tech and connected to Wi-Fi, and they have their own hotspots and GPS and their drones.
Yeah.
And he's still the older model of it, and he's questioning his purpose. It's like, well, why would anyone want me when I'm just this old toy that can't do nearly half as much as this other version of Buzz?
Yeah.
And him coming to terms with that just because you're old doesn't mean that you're obsolete.
I think that might be a little bit tricky to do, because they've introduced that element with the army of high-tech Buzz, but they've not acknowledged that. And they haven't acknowledged it because the story doesn't call for it. But I feel like these Buzzes, they're introduced in this movie for a particular reason. Similarly to, let's say, to a much, much lesser equivalent, Combat Carl. Combat Carl is in this movie as well, but it's a completely different individual.
Every single time you meet one, it's a different Combat Carl, yeah.
I feel like if we were ever to see a high-tech Buzz again, it would be literally for a moment dependent on the scene. Like how like how the little green aliens appeared in Toy Story 2 for a particular brief moment, and they had such a significant presence in the first movie, and then all of a sudden, just because they kept the ones in the Pizza Planet truck in Toy Story 2, they are now there going forward. I don't think I could see a story in that particular regard. Like, maybe yes, that Buzz can feel dated, but I think Buzz seems so content and settled in the belief that being a toy is the greatest thing ever. It's better than being a space ranger. But I wonder if they could kind of circle back around to that. And
yeah, like what if his buttons didn't work anymore? Because, like, you know, you have Woody and Jessie have their drawstrings.
No, Woody doesn't.
Well,
have it anymore.
Woody lost his. But like, imagine if Buzz is starting to lose what makes him kind of the desired toy to play with, because he has all these action features. What if he just like starts to slowly lose that, and he himself is feeling as though he's obsolete?
Yeah, and in this regard, Buzz can be the one who gets removed from the group, and maybe that's a call for Jessie to go find him and meet up with Woody to pursue the search for him.
I heard that there was a cancelled version of, I think it was maybe Toy Story 2 or some, I don't know which one, where Buzz gets like recalled and goes back to Japan. And that the adventure is like, it's literally like globe-trotting. And I like that idea.
A globe-trotting one would warrant a movie out of it. But I would try to think what existential crisis Buzz would have to go through that would then justify his contentment at the end. Do you know? Because Woody had a crisis and he came to a understanding, just like Jessie did here. Like, whatever they would decide for Buzz would have to kind of mirror the conclusion, his arc to it, you know?
Yeah.
The fact that his buttons maybe wouldn't work anymore. Maybe he could break. Like, who knows? But a globetrotting one would be interesting. One where the toys literally have to go themselves and hop on planes and find their way.
And I think that that's fine, because these toys have become so brazen. They are so brave that Jesse's just like, yeah, I'm just going to go across the garden to this other house and no problem at all. Or they'll just, like, Bonnie, no offense, is a pretty stupid kid, because the toys are never where she left them. They're always in a different position, and she never questions it whatsoever. When you think about the original Toy Story, they are so like, Andy's coming, get back to your exact position and do not move. And now it's just like, yeah, wherever the toys are. Like, they just do not care anymore. Like, how big of a deal was it that Woody went down in the second movie, down into the garage sale? Like, how big of a deal was that? And now they're running out and getting on the back of cars and just going down the street on horses and stuff like that. Like, it's just become so... I think the world has become so big that if you do now have a globe-trotting adventure, it's like, it's kind of par for the course. Like, I kind of missed the time when it was a little bit more low-key. Like, when... in this movie, when they're all on the horses and they stop because the car is coming and they all stop and they act like toys again, it's like, I kind of miss this. I kind of miss their actual just having to act like toys and the scenarios that they can find themselves in where they're just like, oh, and they just have to stay still.
Yeah, all the Buzzes did it as well at one point, but they did it like instinctively. Like they
it's funny, isn't it, where these guys think they are the Buzz Lightyear and they are trying to get back to Star Command, but they still follow the rules of the toys. Like, if a human sees them...
But they question it.
Yeah.
Why did we freeze?
Yeah. I don't know, it's like ingrained in them.
It's nearly a self-acknowledgement as to why Buzz did it as well. I'm sure there's a reason on YouTube why Buzz did it in the first movie. Well, I can't remember. I do like the story in this movie. There is definitely a version where everything Buzz does in this movie, he does with the absence of Woody. Woody doesn't get called here, and they don't make any deal out of that. Like, maybe they could have had... Maybe Buzz could have done what he does in this movie with Mr. Potato Head, Slinky Dog, and Ham and Rex.
Yeah.
Or maybe he could have done it with a new character introduced into this movie that would be as significant as the superhero in The Incredibles 2 who can create portals.
Yeah.
Do you know? More of a standout... Or Duke Kaboom in the last movie.
Yeah.
You know?
It's kind of disappointing, I think, that the extended cast of the toys are reduced again. They don't have as much to do in this at all.
Similarly to Toy Story 4.
Exactly. Yeah, it started in Toy Story 4. Now, I think one of the reasons for that is two of the actors are dead. Both Slinky and Mr. Potato Head. The original actors have both passed.
And Mrs. Potato Head.
And Mrs. Potato Head, there you go. But I really miss just having them around. Like, it's one of my favourite aspects of Toy Story 2 is the fact that Buzz goes on the adventure, but all of the other secondary characters go with him. Like, it's that's their, you know, you've Woody and Jesse and Bullseye and the Prospector all in that A story. And then I wouldn't even say that Buzz is the B story. I would say that he's the A2 story. Like, they're both the main story.
It's A or B, really. So
it is A or B, but like I put them on equal footing, where I do like the fact that all of those characters, like, they have it's not just Buzz by himself with some new toy. Like, the new toys are associated with Woody and not Buzz, and it's the classic characters. And I mean, there was this very specific choice that they made in Toy Story 3 of which characters are we keeping around. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, I still feel hurt that by the time Toy Story 3 comes around, RC and the wrestler.
Oh, I don't even know what the wrestler's name is.
The wrestler who... Kronk, I think his name is.
Okay.
We'll call him Kronk. When Bo Peep shouts, Kronk, the ramp, and he goes over, and this toy, okay, because he's a wrestler toy, he's supposed to be the strongest, he actually lowers the ramp, he pushes the lever, and the ramp goes down, and for a failed attempt to get Buzz and Woody back onto it again, like, where is that wrestler? That wrestler is cool.
That's the one that stood out for you. For me, it was RC.
No. It was RC for me.
Yeah.
So, like, when they did have the flashback
in Toy Story 4, I was like, Yes, RC, because they in Toy Story 3 they reference that they've lost a couple of people,
Yeah.
and they've lost Bo Peep. But I was like, what about RC? Where's RC?
Yeah.
Come on. And then the fact that we got him in a little bit of a flashback, I'm like, oh, thank God, okay.
But that's
where
funny.
would he go?
Yeah, what happened? You know, like we can see these characters again, especially if you go on a road trip. Like every time I watch Toy Story 1, I look forward to RC. RC, the fact that he can't talk, but he's still conscious, and like he tries to warn everyone what Woody did to Buzz, and then Woody just kicks him down at the end. RC is treated like a pet, like a canine, like a dog.
Kind of like how Bullseye is. I think if it's a character that can't speak, it's kind of like a pet as opposed to another member of the gang. Which is kind of weird.
Yeah, a non-humanoid person, or someone who's not
Anthropomorphic. Yeah.
There you go. So yeah, we'll talk about the first Toy Story another day, but I actually think Toy Story 3 does the best job in terms of having all the toys together. And
they do. Yeah,
because
absolutely.
They're all together.
Yeah, it's all that story, absolutely. And I just kind of miss them in this. You know, it's really, it's Buzz and Woody, Jessie and Bullseye, and then some of the newer toys, but it's in Blaze's house. It's not the newer toys from Bonnie's room.
Yeah, the newer toys in Bonnie's room are secondary to the toys who are secondary from Andy's house, you know? And it's nice to see that they grow as a family. By the end of this, Lily Pad joins them. But it's a given that every time we get a Toy Story movie, you have to introduce new characters. And said new characters have to have a more of a prominent screen presence than the traditional toys that are there since day dot. Like in Toy Story 4, we had Key and Peele, the Ducky and Bunny, and Duke-a-Boom.
And Forky.
And Forky. Forky's now one of the gang. Forky had little to nothing to do in this. Like,
he's completely relegated. You forget he's there entirely.
You forget the fact that he was a toy created from Bonnie literally putting together stuff.
Yeah.
To go beyond existential questions on how is this a thing? Like, that was the talk of the day. It was actually a major thing as well, is a toy was created from a kid's imagination. Like, what does that do to the lore of Toy Story, in the world of Toy Story?
Yeah, how, this girl created life. Yeah. How does this work? And also, have you ever heard this thing of, like, if one of the toys died, that wouldn't stop the kid playing with them. They would just continue playing with the toy as it was, and then all of the other toys would be like, our friend is dead.
I think a toy would have to die by being completely destroyed. Like, an interesting thing here is what some of the newer toys who do demand some screen time is, one is Smarty Pants. He's running low on batteries. The other toys who require batteries to live are shut off. They're treated like near robots, if even.
Yeah.
You know, like you can shut down a robot, spark some life into them, and they're alive again. They're alive more than ever. And so I'm not going to fault them for having the toy voiced by Conan O'Brien to have more of a presence than some of your favourite ones, like the Potato Heads, the Alien, Slinky, Rex, Ham. Like, it's just a given. Like, those guys are always going to be there. These new guys are just nearly one and done, if even.
Yeah.
Forky is one rare exception. Hopefully, another exception would be Lily Pad. Next time we get a Toy Story movie, I would like to see Lily Pad be one of the gang. She doesn't need to be a stand-out player in whatever adventure they're going to create.
I think
just have them there.
I think that's actually something. I agree with you, and I think you're right. I think that the way that they go about Lily Pad, where she's the villain, I would say she's the villain of the piece that comes around.
Cancel that. She's an antagonist. She's not a villain.
Okay, yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. She's an antagonistic force, and she eventually comes around. Yeah. And by the end of it, it's I suppose the toys' willingness and understanding that tech isn't the enemy. We can work with it. It can't all be tech, because look, here are the Smarty Pants and the crocodile and the phone, or the camera rather, and how we've worked together with that. And look, these buzzes are all sci-fi, and they have all of these upgrades. They've got the hotspot and everything like that.
But
and
so it's like toys.
They're still toys. Work together in this. So I think we will see Lily Pad in whatever the next iteration of Toy Story is, and she will be there as an accessory to the playtime. Yeah. She's not she is not what playtime is, but she is an accessory to it, and she aids that.
I like the tech toys perspective on what playtime is.
Yeah. And I do like the fact that for toys, it's the be all end all to be played with. Like that is really all it's about, and the way that they impart that wisdom on the tech toys as well. It's like
They think playtime is them being used for what they are.
yeah, but no, playtime is the exact
Imagination.
opposite. The imagination of it all. I loved the imagination of Blaze as well, where we get Bullseye talking, and
Do you know who
it's like
voices him?
yeah, who voices him?
Alan Cumming.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's good. I like that. But it's like, because both Bonnie and Andy have never given Bullseye a voice.
Yeah.
That's why he's never spoken before. But Blaze comes in and gives him a voice, and
he-
that's her imagination.
Yeah, but I like I like that because they're being played with. They are now in on the playtime. They are in on the imagination.
Yeah.
Going through it, and so Bullseye looks at Jesse, and Jesse looks at Bullseye. He's like, "You can talk? Oh, okay. I guess I can talk for this one brief moment. Like,
Depending on who's playing with me, yeah.
given the power of the gods. You know?
But it would it have been the same if Andy had only ever used Rex as a dinosaur? Like, I'm sure Andy probably used him and gave him a voice. So does that give Rex a voice? Do you know? Like, he probably never gave RC a voice, so he doesn't
Yeah.
have one because he was always the car.
Well, he used in Andy's version of Playtime with. It's probably the greatest opening sequence to a Toy Story film. It's Rex roars at the swarm of monkeys, the ocean of monkeys. But he respond after they come at him. He roars, and then they come at him and swarm and pull, and he goes "oh" in this Wallace Shawn voice. You know, like it's one thing I like about Rex being a coward, and yeah, he's supposed to be a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah.
I like those little bits. You know, you can hear him like squeal when he gets devoured by the monkeys. But I'm sure we don't see Slinky Dog use a voice. Like it's probably getting into too deep into questions.
Oh, it is, yeah. But I like that Blaze gave Bullseye a voice,
Yeah.
so we got to hear him speak.
And a good choice for getting Alan Cumming to voice him. Are you a Conan O'Brien fan?
I wouldn't say I'm a Conan O'Brien fan. I'm a fan of Conan O'Brien, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not actively seeking him out.
Yeah.
But anytime I see him come on, I'm like, yeah, no, sure, I'll watch this. Like, I don't have a problem with him or anything like that. Like, he has one of the funniest clips in the world.
I'll ask you.
And it's not Conan O'Brien, it's the guest, actually, sorry.
Right.
It's like, Jeffrey Epstein, the financier. Like, well, me and Evan quote that all the time. All the time. Do you know the clip I'm talking about?
No, I haven't seen it.
We'll have to watch that now as soon as we finish up here. It's hilarious.
I thought, really, you're getting a talk show host to voice a character when you could have an interest in a prominent actor to voice a new character that could steal the spotlight? No, I think by the time Conan O'Brien was in the Playtime and he had Conan O'Brien's haircut, the traditional red hair, I was like, yeah, no. I'm glad Conan O'Brien voices Smarty Pants. Like, all the references he brings up, the jokes and gags that, I help with the assist with kids using the toilet. And he's hurt that was a Blaze. She learned without him being there. I liked how he appeared. He was low on energy. He came across as drunk with his low batteries, and he just came back to life. And he cared about the other toys who had no batteries, and they were always plugged into him to keep them alive, unless they were given batteries. I can't remember that part, but
They were, yeah.
they were given batteries.
Yeah.
All right. But the fact that it was Smarty Pants, but he can receive messages, and the Craig Robinson one, he's maps, and the other one can take photographs. Like, they actually played roles into the plot, which was a good reason why they were. One who had access to maps, one who could access a camera, and the other one who can receive messages. It's actually creative. It's very well done, I thought, because they received messages from Lilypad.
I thought that we were actually going a different path where the camera kept taking photos of Jesse. I thought someone was going to find those photos and be like, why is this? Like, I thought there was going to be some kind of reveal of people finding out about the toys.
Nah, I think at this point they'll never ever go down that path again.
No, yeah, they went down it with Sid for one instance, and then that was it.
And that was in the first movie.
Yeah.
So I think if you want to break the barrier again, you can, but like, you gotta do it well, and you gotta do it for a good reason.
Yeah.
But until you have that reason, don't ever let a living human see the toys be conscious and alive. Animals, however, that's a different story.
Animals are fine, yeah.
Animals they interact with all the time. Dogs, cats, horses, pigs, you name it. I think because it's been what, 2000, when did Toy Story 3 came out? 2010? 2012, somewhere around that.
2010 actually, sorry. Yeah,
That's
you're right.
the last time we've seen the Andy's Toys characters have roles.
Yeah.
You know, so I think because of that, because it's been 15 years later at least, I'm accustomed now. I'm numb to the idea of, I don't expect much out of these.
No, you expect to see them, but that's it.
Yeah. And that's just the unfortunate way.
You know what I would actually like to see?
What?
I would like to see a Toy Story movie that is all in the playtime world. Like, see at the beginning of Toy Story 3, where it's in Andy's imagination, and the potato heads are robbing the bank, and there's Buzz, and he has his powers like he's an actual superhero.
Yeah.
I would like to see a full movie like that. And I think that would be a good way to like have
a mixture of everything.
Exactly,
the Wild West and science fiction, and then
it doesn't have to be
elements.
it doesn't have to be Andy's imagination, it doesn't have to be Bonnie's imagination, but just like you can just have it be that these are,
you know, that this movie is from the perspective
of a child. Yeah, this is a child playing with these kids,
or
with these toys.
Even further from that, maybe like they can even hop genres and hop themes.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden we're watching this movie, and then all of a sudden, wait, why is this theme? Never mind the genre. Why is it gotten all silly from an action blockbuster?
Well, do you know what I think would be the perfect opportunity to do that?
What?
Is having at the end of Toy Story 3, Bonnie and Andy play together.
Yeah.
Have that be what it is. It's Andy and Bonnie's playtime. It's Andy's final playtime and Bonnie's first playtime with all these toys. Yeah. And then you get the full cast of characters from Andy's toys and Bonnie's toys, all of them in there.
Yeah.
And you can have the wackiness of, oh, this guy's 18 going to college and here's a kid who's literally just imagining. And so it can shift genres, and it can change, and it can go wacky and silly, and we can even cut back out and go out of the imagination to the kids playing, like in the same way that it cuts kind of in here with Toy Story 5 of like we're in Bonnie's imagination, and then it cuts to her like smacking the two toys together.
Yeah.
Like you could do those moments of it, but the majority of the film is within this imagination world.
The two Lego movies do that.
Yeah, do like that. I wouldn't be opposed to it, you know, just to get to see as many of the characters as possible.
I don't think after Lightyear they'll do a Toy Story movie
that's not the toys.
Yes.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Like, a Toy Story movie is literally what I said. An existential crisis for a particular character, and they get lost, stolen, misplaced, and a bit of a rescue mission has to ensue. And I don't think a Toy Story is ever not going to be that.
That's fair. Yeah, even like Lightyear was a bit of a swing. It's Lightyear I find to be so strange, considering the
Lightyear was a fantastic idea. I thought it was a great idea.
It's a good idea, but I think executed poorly. And like even something as simple as like, where does it fit within within Toy Story? Like said to be.
First of all, I didn't want it to be set. I wanted this movie. I wanted the movie Lightyear to be a movie to us, as if we knew Andy from down the street and he went to see that movie.
That's what it was supposed to be. This is supposed to be the. That's what they've said though, is that Lightyear is the movie that Andy saw that the Buzz Lightyear toy is based on.
Yes,
but that contradicts some of the things in it, because
it does. And to be honest, like there's a same-sex kiss in that movie. That's not happening in the early 2000s, late 1990s. Like, I didn't want this movie, Lightyear, to be said to be the movie that Andy saw. I just wanted this to be... I just wanted to be more standalone, isolated.
Yeah.
So far removed. Like it is the Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger, but not directly based.
The toy is not directly based on
Yes.
this. Yeah, that's fair.
Like,
but unfortunately that's not the case. And I think the thing that annoys me, or not annoys me, but like it's just the contradictions of it. And I think Toy Story 5 actually contradicts it further by the fact that Lightyear, the whole plot of it is that Zurg is an older version of Buzz. And it contradicts the joke of Toy Story 2, where they're obviously doing a spin on Star Wars. But guess what? They double down on it here in Toy Story 5 when he's talking to all of the other buzzes and he goes, and Zurg is our father. And they're like, no! Like, they do it again. So
that's actually something that doesn't bother me. The contradiction of Zurg is actually just an older Buzz. That contradiction doesn't bother me. Like, they even play a joke in it in Lightyear where Buzz goes, Dad? And the older Buzz goes, not quite. That actually doesn't bother me. It's actually just the rest of the movie that kind of bothers me. Like, it's supposed to be a space adventure, but they're actually just stranded in one planet.
That's fair, yeah.
Like, that's one stupid reason. Like,
you know where's a great way to see Buzz Lightyear of Star Command is the animated show.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that when you were a kid?
I'm sure I did.
It's not on Disney Plus. It's not like easy to watch or anything like that. But that was the Buzz Lightyear. I think that you essentially what you're looking for is this is the cartoon that Andy watched as a kid that the Buzz Lightyear toy is based on.
Yeah, but I don't even need it to be related to that. Like, I don't need a Lightyear movie to be contingent on it having to inspire the toy.
Yeah.
I just need it to be a movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
Don't even think about Toy Story. Just
make the movie. Yeah.
That's all I wanted. I think it would have more freedom with that. But it didn't go that way. So, unfortunate. So, I think that maybe kind of cancels any potential non-traditional Toy Story movies. To the point where we'll never get a movie in the Toy Story world where we follow completely separate characters. Completely new characters altogether. Yeah. You know?
That's fair. It's something I'd like a Toy Story toy box or something like that. Like, that's... Yeah. It's a wish list, I suppose, that is not going to be the case.
You can pitch one if you want.
I feel as though the movie, whoever writes it, if it's me, if I pitch it, it's going to be a really tough one because you nearly have to write it like a child. You have to go, and then this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens. Like, you can't actually have a good story structure to it, but you also have to have a good story structure to it because otherwise it is just that, a kid going, and then.
Make it appear random, but actually make it be
exactly.
Sense.
It's a tough goal.
Yeah, I like the idea with Woody is balding and he's got a beer belly now. I think those are funny little gags. I think it welcomes the fact that he's now no longer the main character. Like Woody's probably never going to be the main character ever again.
No, and I'm happy for that. I'm happy with that again because he has a good arc that is completed, and you know. It's hard. I'd say it's hard to justify making a Toy Story movie without Woody because he's been there since day one. Yeah. You know, but
what you make of the adventure he has with Buzz, and like the fact that they even mentioned, it's good to see them fighting again. Like,
I just wish they had fought a little bit more.
Yeah, yeah, maybe. Like the two of them running at the back of the car, and I just love it when Woody gets annoyed at Buzz, and he just in his Tom Hanks,
he comes to get like a little bit exasperated of it. I would just like to see them be. If they had been a little bit more at odds or like getting in each other's way a bit more. Like, don't get me wrong, like I've always wanted since Toy Story 1, I want an adventure where Buzz and Woody are together. Yeah. And they are in their own plot. So I'm glad that we got that here.
It wasn't too much of it, to be fair, like
no.
But it is what it is. It's the closest we've had it. But I did view this movie as Buzz is a great second in command.
He is.
He's a great general. Woody's not the one to command an army. Neither is Jesse. But Buzz is a commander. I think he's a great commander. He's a great soldier. He's great at giving orders as well as taking them. You know?
Well, I think that it's because obviously we watched Toy Story as a kid, right? And we know that's Buzz Lightyear, right? Even in Toy Story 2, he goes to Al's toy barn and he finds the other Buzz. And we go, no, that's Buzz Lightyear. I think when we're watching it, the reason why he's a great commander is because he's Buzz Lightyear. No, all the rest of them are, yes, they are Buzz Lightyear, but that's the Buzz Lightyear. Yeah. Every other Buzz Lightyear is based off of that character. Yeah. And every other interpretation is based off of the original performance of Tim Allen. This is the Buzz Lightyear. Even the Chris Evans Lightyear version is, yes, this is the Buzz Lightyear, but the only reason that we're making a movie of the Buzz Lightyear is based on the original Toy Story 1, because here's the character.
There's a chicken and egg
exactly.
Going on
and so I think that because our Buzz, the Tim Allen original Buzz Lightyear, is the Buzz Lightyear, everyone else. Like, he has the main authority. Even though he's just one of a million that was made in the 90s.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that this is the Buzz that ended up in Andy's bedroom on his birthday. That's what makes him the Buzz Lightyear. But because he is our Buzz, he is the Buzz.
Do you know what's always tied to Buzz as a character? There's an element of him always being resorted back to the Space Ranger mindset. So obviously the entire movie is about him thinking he's a Space Ranger. In the second one, there is another Buzz who believes he's the Space Ranger.
Yeah.
In Toy Story 3, they switched him back.
Reset him, yeah.
The default position.
In the fourth one, he's asking for his conscience and he's just listening to his preset.
Yeah.
There's a secret mission in uncharted space.
And so in this one, at first I thought, really? An army of Buzz Lightyears? Why? Why? It feels like you're just making that because you're making just whatever. You're throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. You know, like, why are you making an army of Buzz Lightyears? Like, what does that do for the story? What does that do for the character? It paid off. I think it paid off. Like, it obviously every time we visited them, I'm going, where are we leading with this? How are these supposed to wound up to Blaze's house or Bonnie's house, wherever they were supposed to be going, from the middle of the Atlantic or Pacific Ocean, that where a container ship crashed on the island? Like, I like seeing them every time they grew up, and I even like the one moment where one Buzz actually gets picked up by a kid, and
He starts to be loved.
and it's like he can't explain it, but he's happy there. He doesn't need to be rescued. But yeah, they're the Space Rangers that Buzz is always tied to. So obviously that's always got to be a part of Buzz's character. Like, him being a Space Ranger or based off a Space Ranger has to be kind of tied to his character in any given Toy Story movie.
I would like to see other Space Rangers.
That are not Buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah, like maybe other action figures that...
From the same line, almost.
Yeah.
It feels as though Buzz is the only Space Ranger. But imagine if they had a new version that was the new Space Ranger. It's not Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, like there is maybe, I don't know, create a cooler name, because, you know, it's very hard to get Buzz Lightyear. Like, that's as cool as a name can get. But yeah, there's no other cowboy characters or toys that are beyond the likes of Woody and Jesse. But they're the only ones.
But they're from something. They're from Woody's Roundup.
Yeah. But we're never going to get another Woody. We're never going to get another Jesse. And I wouldn't want it.
No, and they've made a point to make it so that they're rare.
Yeah.
You know, they're sought after.
They're from the 50s, like.
I find it so... There's so many questions I have about Toy Story. Like...
As in how they're alive? Or,
no,
or
just like little things. Like, say Jessie, right? She is very actively like, I am Bonnie's toy. And before that, I was Andy's toy. And before that, I was Emily's toy.
Yeah.
Who was Woody with before Andy? Like, because he's a toy from the 50s. It's not like Andy... Like, was Woody just sitting around not alive until he was with Andy? Like, did he have a owner before Andy? It's crazy. I just find that so... Like, if they were made at the same time, what happened? What was Woody's life before Andy? Because he never references it, anything like that. It's always been, Andy's my only kid.
Do you know what's a haunting thing I kind of think of?
Go on.
Woody is Andy's father.
Reincarnated.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a bit...
Yeah, it's a bit deep, to say the least. Andy's father died and reawoke as Woody, but has no memory beyond before Andy. And him not having a memory is like him having a bit of a preset. Like Buzz has a preset in who he believes he is. Like, he's come from Star Command. He acknowledges he was training at base camp and he was sent on a mission to defeat Zurg. Like, this is all background knowledge installed in him.
Yeah.
Just like Woody might have some background knowledge installed in him.
But he didn't, because...
Oh, no, it's not the case at all.
Yeah. No, because he doesn't know about Woody's Roundup.
No,
he's in fight
not
about
at
that.
all.
But that, I suppose that lends to your... Yeah, he is alive and he just has this background knowledge of be there for Andy.
Yeah,
that's obviously what maybe came from his dad. Yeah. Have you ever heard the theory that what Buzz was to Woody in the first movie is what Woody is to Mr. Potato Head before the first movie? that Mr. Potato Head was Andy's first toy and his favourite toy, and then Woody came along and replaced him.
No, I've never heard that theory.
Yeah, I've only heard it recently enough.
Really?
And that's why Mr. Potato Head is so anti-Woody in the first movie.
Rather than just he's the grouchy one.
He's actually anti-Woody because he was replaced by Woody in the same way that Buzz is replacing Woody. And that would make sense considering
would make sense.
Mr. Potato Head is a baby's toy almost.
Yeah, ages 3 and up though. That's an interesting. No, I've never heard that theory. Sure, all the toys are very unique, aren't they?
They are.
Like Mr. Potato Head, like they also have special abilities as well. Like Mr. Potato Head can take
Inhabit
himself
anything,
apart.
yeah.
Ham is supposed to be the professor. He's supposed to be the smart one.
Yeah.
in a roundabout way.
I think they're all the toys are unique enough that they all fit within, like, when I think about my toys as a kid, like, yes, I had some of the Toy Story toys because obviously I watched Toy Story, but like, you just have random toys that don't fit together, but you make them fit together. And I think that all of the toys fit that kind of role.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like, you think back to the toys that you played with as a kid, and there was a random assortment of, like, I had like the Scooby-Doo gang and Spider-Man and an Action Man truck and stuff like that just didn't all fit together, but like every time I played with them all, I made stories.
Kind of makes the ragtag element out of it. Like
it's a ragtag group of toys. Yeah,
like some of them can be similar, like Jesse and Woody. Like they're the cow.
They work together. Yeah, you know they're brother and sister.
Apparently now, yeah. They're established to be siblings, and I like the idea that Woody's the older brother and Jesse's the younger sister. Yeah, that's cool. And
did you ever? Because I've heard people say this. That did you ever feel as though there was some romantic element between Woody and Jesse? Because I always considered them to be brother and sister.
I thought there was a romantic element until Toy Story 3.
When it's very explicitly said it's about Buzz.
Yeah, that she has an interest in Buzz.
Yeah.
She fancies Buzz. Yeah, that's probably about the roundabout time. But every time I would watch Toy Story 2, I would now view them as siblings.
Yeah,
and I think it's cool. Like, not to make it typical. Oh, let's have the two cow folk get together. No, I think it's cool that Woody is a cowboy and he's in love with Bo Peep, who's a sheep shepherd.
Yeah,
and Jessie as a cowgirl, she and Buzz are romantically involved, and this is what I wanted to talk about next. I watched Toy Story 4, and when Woody runs to hug Bo Peep, and he lifts her up and spins her around, they look at each other, and I'm going, that would have been an opportunity for them to kiss. But I don't know how I'd feel about that. Like, do toys kiss?
Yeah, I think you got your answer.
I smiled. Did you not smile?
I did, of course. Yeah.
Oh man,
especially when you see, like, when Buzz is walking around, like, trying to work up the courage all movie to be like, I want to ask you something, and like, what is he asking? He's like trying to get that they get married in a playtime because he considers that to be, if it happens in a playtime, it's real.
Yeah.
And he stumbles the way the whole through, and like he's supposed to be this superhero that can do anything, and he can't talk to the girl that he knows likes him. He knows deep down, I like her, she likes me.
Remember when he was Spanish Buzz? He was swooning all over her, and Jessie was the shy, timid one. It's like, oh, what's going on here? Like, oh, you're attracting me, and then she falls for him. But I just love it, like, even how they executed it. Like, they're being lifted off by the Buzz who are flying, and there's an oncoming truck, and Jessie's looking back and forth at the truck coming, and she just smiles, and she just kisses him.
It's kind of like a Star Wars Han Solo, Princess Leia, like, I love you, I know, kind of thing. Like, he can't get it out, and she's gonna do it for him.
I don't know what to say, man. It was sweet. Like, it was very sweet. I can't believe they did it as well, but I'm glad they did. Do you know?
What did you think of the animation for Bonnie's and Blaze's kind of imagination, the playtime? Because
I thought it was cool.
Because I'm pretty sure we're getting a new Pixar movie in that style. That's Gato.
Oh, that's the style it's in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the teaser for that. Not looking forward to it.
I didn't see the teaser for it. I liked the animation, though.
I don't mind it.
I think that Pixar can kind of fall into a little bit of a rut in terms of like when you think of like say Elio and Turning Red and even Toy Story, they all feel like the same kind of animation. So I'm glad that they're going to branch out a little bit and try a new style in some way, because they can all feel very samey.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm just waiting for The Incredibles 3.
Yeah, like there's something to be said for known franchises that we grew up with. Yeah. Of course, you're going to preference those over some of the other ones. But I think that Pixar, like, there's very few bad Pixar movies, and I think that recently enough they've done some really great ones. Turning Red, Hoppers, Soul are 3 for me that I was like not expecting them to be as good as they were, and I really enjoyed them all. And their animated series, Win or Lose. I think that is a real standout, and
they have one coming out soon, Uno Ghost Market. It's something to do with Asian spirits. I have no idea what it's going to be about, but I'm hopeful that's going to be the next one I can take a liking to. Whereas Gato, I'm like, cats in Italy. The only attraction you have for me so far is Mark Ruffalo's voice in Gato. So I don't know. Like, I'm just waiting.
Listen, if we were transported back 20 years, Brian, okay, and we're the same age that we are now, you would probably be saying the same thing about a rat in France. Like, you know, what are you really doing here?
I think.
You don't like Ratatouille?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I did not know that. That's a bad example then. Okay, because I thought that was going to be a good example.
Here's what you should have said.
Go on.
Hoppers.
We were surprised by how much we enjoyed Hoppers, actually.
I think I was more surprised. Every time I watch it, I'm like, this is a good movie. Like, I really like it. Because I remember watching the trailers, I'm going, this doesn't look good. This does not look interesting at all. Why a beaver? Why another story about a girl trying to save the forest, save the environment? Like, how many of those have we gotten at this point? Like, Pixar is supposed to be about unique stories. Who the hell thought they would do one about the elements? Which I didn't think was that great, at least in the long run. But boy, Hoppers really did stand out to me. And every time the shark sequence comes up,
you love that shark. Hi! Mine's Susan.
Or was it Denise or something?
Denise, it's some name like that that's just innocuous.
Is the way she appears on the screen in like cartoonish form when first being introduced as like the shark, an animalistic creature. Like, my nieces, I turned it on when my nieces were at the house, and they just keep watching it.
Good, they love it.
Yeah, they do love it.
See, this will be Hoppers maybe for them is what Toy Story is for us, or The Incredibles is for you. You know,
they're in the Moana phase.
Oh, what a great phase to be in! What a great phase to be in.
We didn't talk much about her, but I want to talk about Lilypad, just briefly. Like,
Lilypad, yeah. The thing is, right, when you think about all 5 of Toy Story movies, each one of them has an antagonist, except for 4. I would actually feel like 4 doesn't have an antagonist at all.
I would call Gabby an antagonist.
I wouldn't.
But I would not call her a villain.
I don't know. I wouldn't call her an antagonist at all. I don't feel her as any kind of villainous way, and she's very upfront with what she wants the entire time, or she's not trying to harm anyone. Like, she's asking Woody for it.
She's asking in a very demanding way.
Yeah, I just didn't see her as a villain at all. And I felt like that was maybe...
I will call Sid a villain.
Yeah.
For a certain default. Or even Scud the dog, whichever. You can take your pick.
Yeah.
But he's like stands on his own because he's not a toy. Because from Toy Story 2 onwards, the villains are toys. Prospector is a villain, but you can see why.
Yeah. Al, don't forget Al.
Oh, well, then there you go. But I forgot about him. I pay no heed to him as a villain. Lotso is the most villain a Toy Story film has ever produced.
100%. Yeah.
And he's a great villain for being a villain that is unforgivable. And you still get why he is the way he is.
Yeah.
No.
And he's a villain up until the end. He has no redemption.
Yeah.
He gets comeuppance, but he's no redemption.
Yeah. Prospector is something similar, except he's presented as an ally.
Yeah. We don't know he's a villain right up until the end.
Yeah, and it's actually a very harsh return. But you know, fair enough, Lotso was similar as well. You're making me like these characters. I want to watch the movies again.
I'm telling you, man, it was actually quite enjoyable to just watch every Toy Story movie again.
Yeah, like when I say I watched them, I watched them while babysitting.
Yeah.
So like I couldn't pay attention the whole time. But Gabby, she's not a villain, but she is an antagonist. An antagonist in the sense that she's opposite Woody and that. Like she has ulterior motives. She's obviously presented as the villain, but I'm not going to call her the villain. And just like the same way with Lilypad, she is not a villain. She has her best interests at heart for Bonnie. She is literally equivalent to anxiety in Inside Out 2.
Yes, 100%. That is a fantastic way to look at it.
I love getting a snap out of you.
You've nailed it. That is perfect, because you're right. Lilypad is an antagonist to the toys, but not to Bonnie. She thinks that she's doing what's right for Bonnie. She's trying to make Bonnie make friends. And when she realizes, oh, what have I done? I've picked the wrong friend group. I've made Bonnie's life worse. She leaves. She doesn't want to hurt Bonnie.
Yeah.
Even though it's her purpose to do these things, and what's best for Bonnie in that moment is for her not to be there. And that's exactly what anxiety is doing in Inside Out 2, is that she thinks that this is the best course of action for Riley. And while it's not the best course of action overall, in her mind and what she thinks she is doing the right thing. That's a great comparison, Brian.
Did you know who voices her?
Lilypad?
Yeah.
No.
Jesus, I forget her name already. I know her from The Morning Show. She was a one in Tron Ares.
In Tron Ares?
Yeah.
Greta Lee.
Yeah, Greta Lee. I don't know why I forgot her. She Past Lives. That's where you know. Yeah, she voices Lilypad. I like the fact that Buzz and Woody shout, "Hey Lily," and she responds like, "Hey Siri."
Yeah.
And you can see her trying to resist.
To fight it, yeah. That's her programming. That's the Buzz in the default mode. Like, she can't fight it. You have to just do it.
Yeah. I like her arc in the end. Like, I expect to see her now as one of the toys going forward. And,
yeah, like we said, an accessory to playtime, not just what playtime is.
And just one last thing I want to touch on is Jessie on herself. Like, the arc she goes on, I like her. Like, when she's front and center, she is now leading character material. She's protagonist. She is sole protagonist material.
Yeah.
Like, and do you know what I really love about it? It just reminded me of Han Solo and Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Jessie she's now the main character. She'll have Bullseye with her the whole time.
Yeah.
And now Bullseye is also front and center because of that. Mm-hmm. I really do like that part as well. Like, wherever Jessie goes, Bullseye goes as well. And they are to each other what Han and Chewie are together.
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it.
It's like when we got the Han Solo movie, Chewbacca was also there.
He had to be there. Yeah. He's not billed as Han and Chewie, but it is, that if Han's there, Chewie's also there.
Yeah. And Bullseye I love the reliability Bullseye. Yeah. I just made me really like Bullseye. Like, when he chases after Jessie runs away. Like, yeah, Bullseye is there all the way. Like, even when Bullseye got taken by Baze in the first place, and Jessie, like, just like, I can't leave Bullseye. I feel more of a connection there than Bo Peep with her sheep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, well, but they still had that acknowledgement.
I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, like, it's a solid movie.
Yeah, I think it's good. It's good to coming out of Toy Story 4. I went, okay, you don't need to make another one. But coming out of Toy Story 5, I'm like, I welcome another one. I'm happy to get another one.
That's a nice thing to say. That's a nice thing to have. Yeah, that's good. We'll welcome that. Yeah, Shanae, I guess.
Yeah. Have you got a recommendation before we let people go?
No.
No?
No, it's just one of those weeks I just don't.
That's all right. That's fair.
I don't think to have a recommendation.
I'm going to recommend Toy Story of Terror, which is one of the short on Disney Plus. It's a 20-minute adventure with the toys, and it deals with if you like Jessie being the protagonist, she's the protagonist of that story as well.
Good testing for that. A good trial to see if it does work here. Oh, but yeah, one last thing. I thought Emily was going to return.
So did I. I thought that we were going to be returned to Emily's house, and she is the mother, and we would be with Emily's daughter.
Yeah.
I thought that there was a bit of a switcheroo, but
apparently there was an alternative ending where they did have Emily return, and she was a grandmother now.
Oh man, yeah. I don't think I could have taken that now. My poor little heart. I like Emily though. Nice name.
Yeah, I like the character. Like, the moment where she's swinging on and saying, "Oh, I'm gone. Oh no, I'm back. I know I'm gone again. I know I'm back. I know I'm gone." And then flash to white.
Yeah, she ever since Toy Story 2, she's haunted the narrative for Jessie.
that's a great way to put it. So I really thought it was like, oh, it's a given she's going to be in this movie.
Yeah, especially when they return her to her address. Like, we've never seen Jessie pull her. We've never seen that before.
That's new.
That's new. But I believe it's always been there. It's
Yes.
something she's carried with her the entire time.
But good on him to not resort to, highly anticipated expectations.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we're going back to Emily's house.
But Emily's not there.
Yeah.
It's been years. Yeah.
She's no longer there. Like, Emily could nearly be dead
She could be, yeah.
at this point. And good of them to stick to their guns. And I like the little motif at the end where the When She Loved Me
When
plays.
she loved me.
Yeah.
Man, what a way. What a way to make me cry.
Good ending.
Brian, thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Talking Pictures Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you're subscribed to us on your favorite podcasting app of choice. You can leave us a 5-star rating. You can leave us a review. You can send in messages on your thoughts or suggestions or anything like that to tpp@anotherhappystudios.com. You can follow us on all of our social medias. They're down in the links below. You can also follow our other podcast, which is Saturday Morning Cartoon Club. We have new episodes of that on the last Saturday of every month. I actually believe that that's coming up this weekend. So make sure, if you haven't already, you're subscribed there to never miss an episode, and subscribe here to never miss an episode of Talking Pictures. This podcast is brought to you by Another Happy Studios, so make sure to check out all of the other podcasts on our network. Those can be found at anotherhappystudios.com or on the Another Happy Studios YouTube channel. That's all from us here. Brian, any final words before we let these people go?
You got a friend in me.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, Evan.